Hey, if you're a freelancer, you've been there. You're waiting on a payment that's late, and it's beyond frustrating. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the one simple form that's usually causing that delay, and I'll show you how getting it right can get that money in your bank account way faster. Let's jump in.
Right? You know this exact feeling. The project's wrapped, the client loves it, you shoot over the invoice, and then crickets. You're just sitting there thinking, okay, so where's my money? Honestly, it's one of the most maddening parts of being your own boss. But here's the thing. What if I told you that the holdup probably has zero to do with your actual work? Yep, more often than not, the real roadblock is just a single piece of paper, some boring administrative form that the client's accounting team legally needs before they can even think about cutting you a check. And that brings us to what I call the freelancer's cash bottleneck. We're going to break down exactly how this one little form has so much power over your income and your cash flow. Look, this isn't just about making your life easier. This is a straight-up financial strategy. The numbers don't lie. Just by submitting your W-9 form digitally, you can get paid up to 40% faster. Seriously, think about that. That could turn a 30-day wait into just a couple of weeks. That's a game changer.
So, what are all these forms with their confusing numbers? In this next part, we are going to decode the big three that you'll run into: the W-9, the I-9, and the 1099. And trust me, you really want to know the difference. Okay, let's make this simple. The W-9, that's the one you give to your client so they know how to pay you. The 1099 is what they send back to you after the year is over, basically saying, here's how much we paid you. And the I-9? Well, that one's not for you at all. It's for employees, not contractors. And this is absolutely critical. A W-9 solidifies your status as an independent contractor. So if a client ever asks you to fill out an I-9, whoa, that's a huge red flag. It could mean they're trying to misclassify you as an employee, which can lead to some really messy legal and tax problems you just don't want to deal with.
All right, enough with the theory. Let's get practical. Let's walk through your W-9 action plan. I'm going to show you exactly how to fill this thing out so you can avoid any expensive mistakes or penalties.
And believe me, the stakes are high. Getting this wrong isn't just about your payment being late. It can cost you a serious chunk of your hard-earned money. We're talking about this much.
Yeah, that 24% is something called backup withholding. Basically, if your info on the W-9 is wrong or missing, the IRS makes your client hold back almost a quarter of your paycheck and send it straight to the government. I mean, come on, that's a massive hit to your bank account.
So let's make sure that doesn't happen. The form is way simpler than it looks, I promise. You just put in your name, check a box for your tax status, which for almost all freelancers is just individual/sole proprietor. Then your address and your taxpayer ID number. That's either your social security number or an EIN if you have one. Sign it, date it, boom, you're done. Okay, so let's zoom out and connect the dots here. It's easy to think of the W-9 as just a one-off annoyance for a new client. But in reality, it's the very first domino that falls in your entire annual tax cycle.
It's a pretty simple journey when you do it right. You submit a correct W-9 right at the start. Because of that, your payment gets processed super smoothly. Then, when tax season rolls around, your client uses that same W-9 info to send you a perfect, accurate 1099. It just makes filing your taxes so much easier. See? It all starts with that one form.
So now let's talk about how to level up your entire process. If you want truly frictionless payments, you got to start thinking about automation. This is the real pro move.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. As one financial analyst for the gig economy says, a delayed W-9 is a delayed paycheck. Mastering your paperwork is just as critical as being good at what you actually do. You need both to really succeed as a freelancer. The whole market is moving in this direction too. Check out this number because it shows a massive shift in how clients are starting to operate.
That's right, nearly 2/3 of big companies won't even look at your invoice unless you've already sent them a W-9 through their digital portal. The days of printing, signing, scanning, and emailing are dying out. The new standard is digital.
I mean, the benefits are just so clear. You get your money faster. You can often skip those painful net 30 payment terms. You look way more professional. You cut down on typos that could cost you money. And you basically make your future self so much happier when tax season hits. It's a total win-win-win. And that really brings us to the final question you should ask yourself. As a freelancer, your time is your money. It's your most valuable asset. So take a second and think, is your admin process actually working for you, or are you just working for it? It's something to chew on. Thanks so much for joining me.